Since I've been on YouTube with GS, I've seen a lot of hate for various crossovers, including some of the big ones. I remember whenever Kill la Kill came back and it had Hoka and everything, and people were calling Kill la Kill mid. I remember seeing Overlord, and people were saying how Overlord was garbage because they didn't like Ainz for whatever reason. If the sky is blue, somebody is hating on a crossover in GS. But it's never been this bad, I feel. I've seen so much negativity when it comes to Dandadan, especially with how a lot of the characters are. The only character that a lot of people are acknowledging as being insanely relevant is Okaroon, which we all know the rundown with him, right? But when it comes to the other characters, I think it kind of falls flat just a little bit, especially for new players. Momo is a good unit. Like, she gives you tons of additional DR and stuff. And also the fact that she buffs up water allies damage. It's like, well, you kind of want to be on a mono water team with her. And as a new player, you probably aren't going to be able to do that. So I could see why for some new peeps, she feels a bit maybe incomplete at times. But I also think she's not like the worst of it. The worst one, in my opinion, is probably Ira. You look at Ira and you're like, oh my goodness, I need like an entire fire lineup to really get the most out of her. And I would say this too, if you don't have a very good mono fire team, it's hard to get a lot of effectiveness out of her. And then GG's just kind of over in the corner, which I don't think GG's terrible. I've seen so many people just clown on this unit. I just don't completely understand the thought process behind him. Because in most cases, it's like, okay, I go in with GG, I load into a quest, I pop his art. Crazy art shin to everybody, right? But on top of the crazy art shin, what am I supposed to do then? Like, do I use the true art to get the debuff? Well, that's pretty good. But if I'm in a sustain comp, that doesn't do much for me. Sure, it debuffs the boss to make me hit harder if I'm using other dark units, but it's not doing anything for my team. Like, for an example, you could use someone like Shadow, right? And Shadow is giving you physical evasion rate down, plus art gauge on a true art. But whatever, I have that true art. And then if I want to, I have my super art that does crazy amounts of damage. That's literally it. GG isn't providing really anything to your team. And at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just here to do damage, I mean, welcome to the party. Every single person in the game can do some kind of damage. Very soon, we're probably going to start seeing support units with ratio passives just to buff up their damage that they deal. And also, I just want to say this because I've seen just one or two guys. You know, it's a one guy situation. I'm getting one guide right now, but listen, if you think GG's defense ignore is where his value lies and that's what makes him a good unit, I'm just assuming that you don't know every character in the game, because we are at a surplus of defense ignore characters. If you need a defense ignore character really bad, you could use your unit a choice ticket and pick up Daki, for crying out loud. Or if you were here with the last crossover, Farron turns anybody into a defense ignore character, so it doesn't matter if you have the passive or not. So sure, you know, it's great that he has the defense ignore, that's cool, but it's definitely not like the biggest benefit of using GG. It feels like you can't really build a team around some of these units. Like, you kind of are just slotting them in as another option to support another character you already have, right? It's not like, oh, these guys are going to be like the new pinnacle for my team. GG's going to hard carry my mono dark team. No, not necessarily. And let me not even get started on the equips this crossover, man. There were some solid ones. I think there's probably like, yeah, I would say probably like 2 to 3 good crossover equips this time around when it comes from the gacha. Gacha crossover equips are great, especially if you just start playing the game. There's a lot of like AoE Archon items and stuff like that you can usually get, plus like really good burst Archon items. And there's a few in there that's kind of solid, but it just feels nowhere near as impactful as some of the other crossovers that we've gotten in the past when it comes to crossover equips. As for me, my overall take on the Dandadan crossover, I feel a little bit let down with some of the kits. Specifically GG, I feel like GG just is kind of like an afterthought of a unit. And I hate that feeling because I really wanted him to be good. I also really like Ira. I just wish that I had more fire units to make her work so she would actually be a beneficial unit for me to have. But unfortunately, like, I don't really have a good mono fire team, so I can't really use her to the fullest. I think if we would have got like a very broken unit on each part of this crossover, we wouldn't have seen so much negativity. The fact that part 2 was kind of a bit whatever, I would say it's more of a veteran banner than anything, kind of hurt the value for a lot of people. Because let's be honest here, you know, even if you've been playing the game for years, a lot of players are people that probably just started playing like within the last 6 months, possibly the last year. It's not to mention too how big Dandadan is. It's bringing in a lot of new peeps, and new people may watch, a few YouTube videos and see like, oh, Hoka's insane, and you're like, oh, well, hopefully Dandadan brings a character that's like on the level of like one of them. And in reality, it kind of didn't when it came to support, but we still got a top 10 contender from Dandadan. It's just unfortunate that we didn't get like another character that's possibly a top 10 unit. Either way though, you guys let me know what you think about this crossover. Are you kind of like a little bit whatever with it? Do you guys like it? Do you guys kind of just want to throw it to the wayside? Let me know all that type of stuff down below in the comment section. You already heard my opinion. I would love to hear yours. Keep it cordial, even if it is talking about negative criticism and stuff. We can give criticisms without being blatantly hateful. But if you want to see more content revolving around Dandadan, check this out. It's the Ira showcase that just came out. If you don't have really good fire units, or if you do, you can check out this video to just see how powerful Ira makes mono fire. Oh, but one more thing before you leave, don't forget to drink water.